Shabbat Shalom, Parshat Veyara. In this week's Parsha, we have the destruction of Sodom v'Amorah. We have Lot leaving with his wife, her looking back and getting turned into a pillar of salt. Rashi explains why salt? Measure for measure. When Lot followed his brother Abraham's custom of inviting guests home, she was stingy and wouldn't even give them a bit of salt on their food. Punishment? Blindness, death turns into a pillar of salt. We find this type of salt from the city of Sodom mentioned in Halacha. Our rabbis in the Gemara in Chulin teach us that at the end of a meal, before benching, before grace after meals, we wash our hands, we do mayim achronim, to wash away this salt that came from that area that was so strong that it could cause blindness if it gets in your eyes. And because it was used on the food, the rabbis were cautious and said, before you start saying Birkat Hamazon, wash it away, do mayim achronim. Anyone who's visited Israel and floated in the Dead Sea knows how strong and blinding that salt can be. So how come today there are people who do it, mayim achronim, wash at the end of the meal, and people who don't? Well, the Tosfot on the Gemara says that by his day and age, in Europe, they didn't have salt that came from the area of the Dead Sea, salt that came from the cities of Sodom v'Amorah. And therefore there was no chance of blindness. You don't have to wash. The other rabbis argue and they say, no, once there was a decree to wash, you must wash, independent of whether that salt is in your neighborhood or not. Especially if we understand that there might be spiritual Kabbalistic understandings of why we wash at the end of the meal also. The Shulchan Aruch rules, mayim achronim chova, you must wash your hands at the end of the meal. But at the end of the chapter he says, and those people who don't wash, even they, if they have dirty hands, they've been eating with their fingers, needs to clean their hands so that they can say the bracha in cleanliness. He acknowledges that there's the opinion of the Tosfot, and there are those who don't wash. Today, the Ashkenazim, Yekim, those from Germanic countries, tend not to do mayim achronim. And those who have a more Hasidic, Kabbalistic and Sephardi bent tend to do it. In any event, all of us should manage to wash away the stinginess and bad looking that Lot's wife had, and we should merit to have the guests of Avraham Avinu. Shabbat Shalom.